should be a longer one than normal, I bet. So sometimes the camera just will not move around further than one little box area, so I've come up with 3 ways to try and get around it, each of which works for me. So I'll make a new world for this. I'll just save it as shoots in here. Camera box. Just call it out. Okay, now we'll add a I don't know, did you add a terrain in here? Common, default, prefabs, generic terrain. If you add a generic terrain in there rather than here, sometimes that's the problem. Then you right click it, create new terrain. We'll have it at 1024. Keep the cell size at 2 for now. Cannot create anything. Call it that. Box terrain. Okay, at the moment we're just not having any problems at all, are we? Save. Load it. Nothing wrong with that at all. So that's one way to not have the box thing. What we'll do now, we're still on the ET. We'll go back to the old way in a minute. So what I'm going to do is load in a height map that I know I have myself. Modding project. There's a height map. It should be pretty funky because it's quite a big height map for this size of terrain. There you go, you see, you don't get your box problem now. And where all the things are, they're in here, as you'll be well aware. So we'll shut that down, shut them down. Start. Play. Back in here. There you go. That's how you don't get it in the first place. So now we're going to create a new terrain, a new base scene. There you go. Now we're going to create a terrain. Drag that in. Some tutorials tell you to do that. I have it at note. This one. Box 2 is electric boogaloo. Now we're going to create our terrain on it. So crank it up a bit to 4096, shall we? 2 meter cells. Create that. It's quite a big terrain. That. And we'll save that off. Takes a lot longer to save that one. 4096 at 2 meter cells. That's quite the terrain. I'll have you know. Import the height map. There we go. Now we have the box problem. You see it's dragging us down. You see here, you can click here and go wherever you want, but as soon as you press camera now, it's shooting us way back down here. No, down here we're okay. Can mess about here. Now what is the fix? The fix for me is this. Normally this is the big fix for me. So we'll find this terrain. Toots, wasn't it? Box 2 layers. Is that what I want to talk about? No. Yep. So this here, this BSP line is what's causing it. Some problem in there is so I get rid of that there first of all, just save it. Yep. When load the map back up, we go into the world properties now. Even though it's at 1000 there, we still got it. Can you see? Now if we go back in here, go to my, where do we want to go? Where's the one I've just done? The terror, that'll do it. If I go in here, this bounds box and all that there, I'll paste this. You need to change it. This I think should be the same size as the terrain that you made it. Just copy that. If I paste that in there now, boundMins, save it, go into there, then I open that up on the world. Can you see how those numbers are the same? Now they can change back apparently. I've not had that yet. As long as I wipe that line off. Now if I put, let me put prefab in here. Structures, houses. I'll just stick a little farmhouse in there. Save it. If I go back in here now, that BSP line has come back there, and you know that what I pasted in here, boundMins, it's gone again. So you save that. Still moving around. Then what's going to happen if I didn't obviously repaste that? You'll get your box back in your world. Right, that hasn't changed yet. I'm going to put something else in here. Another farmhouse there. I'm going to save it. Now this time, see what it's done? It's halved that from 8, because look, if I paste in Look at the numbers, 8,000, which is round about right, because 4,000 left, 6,000 right is 10,000. I think we set it round about 8k, didn't we? So now, when you start putting things in, it doesn't reset. So the other thing you can do is go back to here, all right, terrain tool, click on that top left there, put something there, click on this corner here. You must remember you've done this, obviously, otherwise they'll be left in forever. What this is, it sets the bounding box of where items are, so it always remembers the bounding box of the whole thing, and it is the bounding box that's setting these back here, these world components here. What's properties there? Can you see here? So they're set now, and they won't ever move again. So try those things, and then you should find that after that you won't need to mess about. Yeah, so yeah, can you see now how it's stabilized? But I always have to delete that line there, because can you see how that's come down now? 418, 17,000. If I go, you can't go backwards because it's a live document, but if you could, you'd see them numbers change. And yeah, so that's how I get my terrain to remember the world coordinates and get rid of that box thing. It could be either one of those. You may not have to go to the corners. It may have already fixed itself before I did all the corner business, but that's alright. Always back up that layer though. Keep a copy when you change it. It'll wreck your whole life and your terrain and everything. Don't come crying to me, because I'm just showing you examples. I can't control you. See you later. Enjoy yourself. Bye bye for now.